Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We play Dota 2. Playoff action continues now. Well, technically it's Phase 2, but I call it the playoffs. We have 8 teams remaining. By the end of today, one of them is getting knocked out, and by tomorrow, 2 will go home from Group A. We can maybe take a quick look at our groups here. It's Phase 2. It's basically a GSL-style double elimination group, and those are, I guess, the old groups? Okay, well... Yeah, never mind. We're not going to look at these. This is from Phase 1. But basically, we have Speed Gaming versus Team Empire. Game 1 about to begin. It is a best of 3. The winner is guaranteed to finish in the money, top 4 in WePlay's $25,000 tournament. The loser, not eliminated, but they will drop down and play the winner of Alliance versus Rock's Kiss, which will be happening directly after this match. I'm LD Beyond the Summit, and delighted to be joined here by my man Winter. Winter, how you doing?
Starting to feel sleepy already.
Already, oh Winter, we gotta give you some caffeine. This is no good. This is a best of 3.
But I'm excited to see Eternal Envy's team.
Yeah, Speed Gaming is a very slow and not speedy team. They picked a mobile lineup in one of their previous games.
No, I think they had the speediest Bat Rider yesterday.
Well, yeah. In terms of that one, Bone Seven's build, he is very, very speedy. That's for sure. But their overall playstyle is very, like, Alliance-esque in a lot of ways. They just play very defensively. I would say even more passive. Mostly focusing on farming. And they'll find their moment to strike and get aggressive. But in the pre-game chat, Eternal Envy was whining a bit about Mag and how Mag's going to make him unhappy. We've seen Empire love to run their Doom.
I know about the Doombringer.
Yeah, they love to run their Doom as like a 4-position hero in the jungle. They love their support silencer. And Eternal Envy, he likes to play those split-pushing heroes, whether it's a Storm and Anti-Mage. And perhaps out of respect for what Team Empire can do with the Doom, they actually ban it out, which just doesn't happen very often. So as a result, Elder Titan slips through, Visage and Naga, all 3 of these heroes get through. In no small part because of a very unorthodox Doom ban.
And I've been watching him how he plays his Doom in Starladder. He has a significant pattern where every time even if he's laning, he would always continuously stack the neutral creeps all the time to make sure that he finds whatever creep he wants for the lane.
Yeah, he is a master of efficiency when it comes to farming, and I guess the question is he going to get to farm against Team Empire? Because Team Empire is a very aggressive team. We actually showed a replay or a VOD of yesterday's game where they played Rock's Kiss. There were 23 kills in 4 minutes in that game. For Speed Gaming...
Is that your best BTS moment?
Well, it wasn't even a moment. It was 4 minutes of just constant bloodshed. But
a long moment.
I guess that is the big thing with Empire, though, is they want to force a very up-tempo kind of game. And for Speed Gaming, I'm curious to see how they reply to that. Do they just look to match it? They certainly could with a Visage and Timbersaw pick. These are fairly aggressive heroes and comfortable going for lots of kills early. Or do they just pick these up to kind of secure their farm and then try and play it slow? And going back for the Prophet here, it's still up in the air, but Bone 7 not going to be on his Bat Rider. He will be on that Nature's Prophet.
And these 2 heroes, the first 2 picks, Visage plus Timbersaw, there's a lot of spell burst damage. And both of them complement each other really well. When you're in a fight, the Timbersaw spells just charge up the Soul Assumption very quickly, and the Familiars will be able to help the Timbersaw to get kills as well.
And they have a Prophet, so they have just a very mobile lineup in general here. And that was kind of their modus operandi in their earlier match yesterday against Alliance. They went for... It was a race car Bat Rider with Boots of Travel. You had a Storm Spirit with... later on in the game, Envy was actually the lead farmer.
Do you like his item build? Soaring Tranquil Boots.
It's not a bad... I was pretty critical of it yesterday, but, I mean, if you think about it more and kind of, like, watching the replay afterwards, it's not a bad build if you're allowed to farm forever, which Alliance kind of let him do. But I just feel like that build is... It's only good if the opponent lets you get space and lets you farm. If they're playing... If they have a lineup that can punish you and just kill you... then it's not as effective. Like if there was a Doom, for example.
They weren't able to punish him because they didn't have much stuns yesterday. Elder Titan was the only stun they had. They had Lifestealer, Shadow Demon, Enchantress. Then they had Lone Jude on the off lane, and Elder Titan is the only stun.
And the one thing I will say about that build is Envy, I think I've seen him go for it like no matter what. It's just like his go-to build. So it's not like
I was
just because of that game.
His pub streams, he does it all the time.
I mean, obviously, Soul Rain is really
10
nice if you like drop your
remaining.
Bloodstone and drop a big item and then use the Soul Rain and then pick it back
5
up. But
seconds remaining.
I mean, that's all like down the road. The whole point is, you know, that you are spending 2,300
Reserve
gold,
time.
which 2,375 I think it is. You went Soul Rain, Tranquil Boots, Bottle. Well, we're talking a lot about that, but I don't know if we're gonna see Storm at this point from Speed Gaming. This feels more of like an anti-mage
it's still
draft.
possible. It's still possible. Their last pick.
Do you think it would be a Storm here? Because I feel like this is setting up more for like an anti-mage or I don't know, even a
Radiant
Spectre
team
perhaps.
ban.
Anti-mage gets banned.
I haven't been
Dire
watching their
team
games too
pick.
much, so I'm not very sure how they like to pick their heroes. Do they have a significant pattern, or do they have that few heroes they like to go for?
Sing we normally have seen on like Kunkka, and they'll actually go for a Lifestealer. So I like this. I like this a lot
Radiant
actually, because you know Empire want to fight early. That's clear from their picks, and they'll be looking to fight from like the 5 to 10 minute mark. And every hero on Speed Gaming is well equipped for that phase of the game. I think this is actually a really nice draft from Eternal Envy.
Yeah, but Lifestealer might get kite a lot because there's track and there's the ensnare and there's the cooldown slow that can still slow him.
Yeah. But, you know, if they went for like a Storm here,
10
I don't know. I feel like that's
seconds
something
remaining.
Empire could... I don't know if they could punish the Storm pick, but
5 seconds
it's more just
remaining.
that he might not be able to do anything when Empire's fighting.
By the way, is he drafting or
Reserve
Paladin is
time.
drafting?
There's a new patch, so you can actually draft when you're not in the captain seat. Or in the,
But how
like,
would
the
you know?
first...
How would you know who's drafting?
We can't tell. I told the Frog. Hopefully he'll fix it. But you can only tell right now if you're actually like a player in the lobby. But
Okay.
I just assume it's Envy drafting, because he's been drafting every game. So, Empire, what do you think they're going to go for here, Winter?
I think they're gonna do Elder Titan and Nagas.
Support?
Well, but there's two melees. Actually, there's a very low chance that will happen. But most of the teams have been doing Elder Titan support now from the Western side.
I wouldn't
And there's a
surprise me if Empire
because there's
did
a
that.
bounty hunter as a position 3. So
Who's going to go mid then? I guess that's the big question. Like, what would they pick to go mid if it's not the Elder Titan?
Elder Titan can go mid too
Yeah.
if they want.
So they could either safe lane Gyro, off lane Bounty, mid Elder Titan, support Naga +1, or they could support Elder Titan Naga.
Yeah, but Elder Titan will have a hard time against Timbersaw because if you look at Speed Gaming's
10
lineup,
seconds
the most
remaining.
possible mid hero is Timbersaw.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
They go OD instead, so they get a hero that can definitely
Yeah.
deal with Timbersaw in the lane.
So that's the support hero, Naga and Elder Titan.
Well, with OD to set up a stomp, although I don't think we'll see always 1-5 and get stomp until later on, but they do have a net as well as an Astral to actually set it up. So that was the one issue as well with Alliance's draft yesterday, is they had no way to set up the stomp, and it was their only disable to speak of.
Storm was their only disable. That's the
Eventually they
problem.
got an Abyssal Blade on Loda, but the game was like already decided by that point, I felt. So
Yeah, and I like the combination of Elder Titan plus Obsidian Outward Devourer because of the setup the prison provides for the Earth Splitter.
yeah, for the Earth Splitter as well. And they have Song. Song comboed with Earth Splitter is quite a potent combo. So do you favor either
Yeah.
team here, looking at their drafts?
10
Of course I like
seconds
Speed
remaining.
Gaming's lineup more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Prophet,
more-
Lifestealer,
more-
Visage. That's
Yeah,
a pretty
more-
good base.
more-
Remaining.
Versatile. They have a lot of departments. They can fight, they can split push, they are strong in the lane.
I do want to point out that that Lifestealer was the last pick. I don't know.
Yeah, the
I don't
Lifestealer
know.
was
I don't know how he slipped through that
Prepare
far, but
for
that is very unusual. And it looks like Envy is probably trying to rush a Midas here, saving some gold. But we'll introduce our teams, guys. This is game 1 of a best-of-3. Winner, guaranteed top 4 placement, will move on as the 1 seed of this group and await the 2 seed of Group B. Group B to be played out starting not tomorrow, but the next day over the following 3 days. And on the Radiant side, we have Team Empire. Vankscore going to be playing the Naga Siren. Silent, your carry Gyrocopter. Always want to fly the Elder Titan. That puts Scandal onto the solo mid OD, and then Mag. No observers and no sentries. Yesterday he started with like 4, I want to say, on the off-lane Bounty Hunter, but this time around he won't have any.
And for Speed Gaming, we have Eternal Envy on the Lifestealer. Then we have
Kazami Kazuki.
Okay,
30
Kazami
seconds.
Kazuki on the
Come on,
Lifestealer. Then we
Eternal
have AUI 2000 on the Visage. Paladin on the Crystal Maiden. Sing Sing on the Timbersaw Solo Mid. And lastly, we have Bone 7 on the Nature's Prophet.
And we have a pause. How appropriate. Bone 7 is going to be heading back to the base for the time being. Looks like, did he send any treants out? No, just spawn them now. He'll be sending them try to block the camps, and I imagine Empire
Yeah.
will be able to kill these pretty easily.
Usually you do it at the 20 second when there's 20 seconds left or 25 seconds around that timer so that you can last long enough to block this camp.
And ideally he'll want to get one on the magic bush. We'll see if he's able to keep one there. Against the gyrocopter, this is a little bit harder, because like a single rocket barrage can pretty much kill a Treant at level 1, so... If Silent's there, but he may already be in the lane. Right now, it looks like they are trying to defend their jungle. Vangscore heading towards the top rune, with Mag as well in tow, and Mag is going to walk up the hill. Bounty Hunter trying to block a camp with an illusion, unsuccessful in doing so, and it looks like the other one was already killed, so... Speed Gaming already got rid of both illusions, and they have Dust as well as Sentries. Mag could easily give up first blood in this top lane, and in fact they do
Whoa.
pop the Sentry. I don't know if they can kill him, but he's going to take a
I
lot
don't
of
think they can
damage
kill
here.
him.
Yeah, this
But
is
they
going
might
to
be
be
able to
hard.
kill him the second bite is off cooldown. He just
Brave
needs to
Chill's
chase and
cooling
bite
down,
one
but the
more.
dust is about to wear out. Can he get in range for a frostbite? Mag just barely up the hill. And they ended up wasting like almost 200 gold there, not getting a kill. Unfortunate though, that was close.
Yeah, that was really close.
Meanwhile, it looks like they're going to get a double
I think it
camp
was
block.
better for him to keep chasing until the second frostbite.
Rather than getting off like 2 more auto attacks, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they thought they were going to do as much damage as they did, because he did start with a stout shield, which, with 5 armor, the auto attacks don't do very much. So looking at our other lanes, Winter, we have Sing Sing on the Timbersaw mid up against Scandal's OD. I would imagine the OD should have a pretty
OD
big edge
will
here.
just have such a good time.
Yeah, so far Sing Sing's doing really well, but these are the early levels. It gets harder later on.
I think he can resort to getting more reactive armor. That's his best bet.
They put a sentry ward down at the camp, thinking that it was warded, but Mag did not bring any wards here. Oh no, sorry, he did. He was given
did put a
sentries later.
Yeah, he did put a sentry down this
Okay.
time.
Yeah, Vangscore actually must have passed them off, because he didn't have them
Dire's
earlier when he went
bottom
out to lane,
tower is
so...
under attack.
They just dropped 2 sentries, and they used the dust already, and if they don't kill Mag, in a few minutes, he'll start getting quite a bit of experience. Bottom lane, Bone 7, trying to defend this tower. He's been completely zoned out of experience range, though. They do pop the glyph immediately. There's a double damager in that spawns bottom, and the push continues with the Elder Titan throwing out yet another Astral. They're going to kill those Trants immediately. This
was
push
so
is
quick.
happening, one way or another. This is brutal.
They dealt with it so quickly that he can't even pull the creep wave behind with the Treants.
Yeah, finally they will get pulled past the tower, but the damage is largely done. This tier 1 is going to fall.
Dire's
I guess the
bottom
question
tower
is, what does
under
Empire do
attack.
after that? They have their pull camp available now. The Prophet Trance no longer blocking it, so it will spawn at the 3-minute mark. And overall, comparing the off lanes, you have a level 2 Bounty Hunter who has forced out a few sentries and a dust. You have a level 2 Prophet. Difference is the Prophet's giving up a tower,
Dire's
and they
bottom tower
haven't
is
spent
under
any gold on
attack.
sentries or dust for him.
Yeah,
So,
and
advantage Empire.
But the problem is the Prophet can catch
Dire's
up a
bottom
lot
tower
easier than the
has
Bounty
fallen.
Hunter can catch up later on.
That's very true. Unless track gold comes into play. Mag will secure his boots from the side shop. The mid lane, as mentioned, should be an advantage for OD, but so far Sing Sing's doing well. Now it starts to get tougher. You do have your level 2 Astral out, and as far as your safe lane farmers go, Eternal Envy leading the way, and he's going for that straight Midas Rush, it looks like.
Wow.
He did stop for a
didn't
Quelling
actually
Blade, though.
notice how Sing Sing is doing. He's doing actually very well against the OD.
Yeah, he is doing really well, but eventually he's just not going to have mana. We haven't gotten to that point yet, though. I guess the thing is that Whirling Death is quite low mana cost, so you can normally get at least one off. Meanwhile, top lane, they've gone on Mag, and he could be in a lot of trouble. Do they have a fresh set of dust? Yes, they do, and it's a first blood on the off lane Bounty Hunter. And it goes to the Visage, not to Eternal Envy, so his Midas will be not delayed, but not as fast as it could have been. Still, though, first blood, you can't complain about that.
I think if he got the first blood, he would have had it about now.
Yeah, I think he's about to buy his Midas recipe. Yeah, 1,500 gold. He'll be sending it out soon. If he doesn't go Midas, I don't know. I'll stop casting. I'll
that's a
let
Midas
you
build.
cast the rest of the game.
Don't do that to me.
Let's hear your play-by-play, Winter.
I'll be stressed out.
Meanwhile, top rune, AUI. Oh, you
broke
cheeky
the
little
regen.
bugger. But he does deny the regen, but now throws out a Grave Chill. Mag's on the hunt, but AUI way too fast with those boots. Easily able to run away. That's a real pain, because Scandal could really use that regen right now.
Yeah, he wanted that regen so badly. He didn't have mana. He doesn't have a lot of luck with his Essence Aura.
Yeah, EE is farming freely. The Prophet's going to catch up, as mentioned. Midas recipe about to be sent out now. Bone 7 is already level 3, the off-lane bounty hunter even. So overall, it seems like a pretty even game to me, Winter. And I guess this is where Speed Gaming, they have a early Midas coming out for the Lifestealer, and they have the Prophet. If it turns into a farm war, Empire could have a hard time keeping up.
Yeah, and it also depends a lot on how well the OD will do early on. And if you look at the CS, they're both almost even. I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah, Scandal just not able to keep Sing Sing fully out of mana. It seems like he always has at least a Whirling Death available. And that's really all he needs in this matchup. So continues to find his farm.
Yeah, plus the CM aura is very useful for him.
Ah, yes, that is the X factor. And it's a level 2 aura already. Good point there. Mag now. Maybe hunting the courier. He's looking for that Midas recipe, I think. He knows Eternal Envy too well, but he's not going to find it, it feels. Yeah, Envy will get his recipe no matter what. And the Midas is now out. 5.5 minutes in, Midas secured. Not his 3.5 minute naked Midas that he loves to go, but it'll do. It'll do.
He started with a Quelling Blade first.
Yeah, he actually had a Stout Shield and Tangos, and then decided to buy the Quelling Blade from the side shop.
Yeah.
Which,
Mag is still trying to look for the career.
yeah, he's not going to be able to kill it, though, because he needs to, like, hit it 3 or 4 times. He doesn't have phase boots or anything.
Yeah, and the 6-minute room will be at bottom.
So now it turns into Midas Gaming for Speed Gaming. See, their name is such a misnomer, Winter. Like, they're called Speed Gaming, and all they want to do is farm. And they're very good at it, mind you. But
Speed farming the Midas, okay.
they're good at farming.
It's not
They're
speed
fast
ending the
farmers.
game.
Yeah, they'll take their time ending it. Now it's Smoke from Speed Gaming, and now they might actually look to get aggressive. Double damage rune picked up by Vangscore, heading bottom, but there's nobody to be found.
I think this is a very good timing to smoke. They saw the Timber Saw hit top to find the rune, and there was no rune. They ran up and they smoked, and they are heading to middle.
They've even been diligent here. They put down a fresh observer right before at the 6-minute mark, but they didn't have a sentry here, and now Scandal gets caught out. He astrals one of the enemy heroes. In comes the Prophet. Now he's going to head north. Mag comes in, kills the courier on the backside, but maybe he pays with his own life here for that Vangscore with the DD rune as well. Working on AUI. They net him. They kill him off. Now it's a 1-for-1. Make it a 2-for-1. A 3-for-1. Sing Sing cleaning up, and now your Gyro coming in. Can he actually kill off anybody? Flat Cannon's there, doing decent damage. Not enough to finish Bone 7. And in the end, it was a courier for 3 kills. They only got the 1 in
Radiant's
return.
bottom tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
that was very, very bad for them. But I would say that the rotation from Speed Gaming was very good. That time, most of the players wouldn't expect a gank from that timing.
And the thing is, they forced the Gyro to rotate, which to me is the biggest deal. Like, sure, you're getting your Elder Titan levels, but Empire just doesn't seem like they're going to be able to force fights early. And if they're not forcing fights early, they need to keep up with the double Midas Gaming farm of Speed Gaming. Well, there's not 2 yet, but you know Bone 7 will have his soon enough.
But if you look at it, it's difficult for them to try and engage. How would they engage? It's either an ensnare or OD imprisonment. It's not the best engaging tool. So most of the time they'll be just sitting back in their lane trying to farm, and if they are farming against 2 Midas, in the long term it's not good for them.
I feel like we've seen a lot of teams drafting this way lately, where they will have like one hero that can really start the fights for them, and others that can if they get items, but that need items to actually fight. And it's gonna be a catch-up Midas for Silent. He says, you know what? This is gonna turn into a farm war. I'm gonna get big myself.
I think that's like how long since I see a Gyro get a Midas?
I'm sorry?
It was a very long time since I've seen a Gyro bought a Midas.
I have not seen that in ages. I mean,
man.
it's...
Even the greediest carry player don't get Midas on Gyrocopter.
Yeah, normally you just get a Helm of the Dominator, which builds into a Satanic later on. Because attack speed also doesn't really help Gyro's DPS. I mean, a little bit, but he's got a set amount of flat cannon charges. Meanwhile, top lane, though, Eternal Envy going for a solo kill on Mag. Rage is up, and he should be able to get it. Maybe one more hit! He finally gets the kill. Now infests and retreats out. So Envy with a dust pull to him is going to pick up a kill here. And yeah, he did get it pulled. AUI 2000, like a good support. He's buying all kinds of dust this game.
That's actually very essential for the lifesteal to have one. Most of the carry players, when they lane up against a bounty hunter on a weaver or on the off lane, they don't usually get any detection.
Yeah, I've actually seen, like, even some of the Chinese players will just buy their own dust at level 1. Which is, it just shows you how important getting that first blood and off-lane kill really is. Because it used to be you would never see that. They'd always prioritize their own farm, getting, you know, the early Helm of the Dominator, Midas, Battle Fury,
It all started when Joe bought his support smoke, and now the carries are buying their own darts, their own sentries.
And so the legend was born, Winter. It's been a while. But here we go on the
Oh, they're gonna
Pylite Die
get the
mid lane. This CM in all kinds of trouble. The Spirit comes out. Pylite Die immediately melts, but Sing Sing comes in. He wants to turn the tides. Get two if he can. He hasn't got any yet, but the chakram about to cool down. Just needs to nail it. He does. Slices his head off. Has a Timber Chain up to the high ground. Scoots away. Sing Sing really creating space here for his team. He just, they rotated 5 mid, and he got a kill 1 for 1 and gets out.
Yeah, that was very, very good play. He opened up the map for his teammate on top lane and his teammate on bottom lane.
Space created. So,
And not to mention his skill build actually helped him in the lane a lot. He went for 3 points in reactive armor at level 5 against the OD.
yeah, and OD, sure you have your pure damage orb, but that's never really going to come into play in the laning stage. So, Scandal now picking up a Haster and going in with an Astral. Are they going to set up a stomp? No points in it yet. Always want to fly only level 5, so they retreat out. The Prophet ult comes through. And the split, as it were, continues with Bone 7, Midas online. Boots now coming out. He'll continue to push. Envy, he thought about coming mid, and he says, screw that. I want to farm. They're going to Frostbite Scandal here. This Phaser is wearing out fairly soon, but they baited in a big engagement. Pylite Die to fall. All of a sudden, 2 heroes just explode. And I think that's the one thing Speed Gaming do have to be careful about is Empire really wants to be fighting early and often, and they don't want to overcommit to these engagements.
Yeah, they have a really potent combination, the Elder Titan Aura plus the cooldown and the OD's ultimate. If you get caught in that, you're gonna die instantly to those 2 ultimates.
And we haven't even seen the full power of the Elder Titan yet. He's only level 7, has not maxed Natural Order. When it does get maxed, then your base armor drops to 0, which is just absurd to think about. But, well, we'll see if it gets to that point. And I guess the catch-up Midas for Silent is going to end up suiting this game, because I guess he'll go Helm of the Dominator here now. So
Yeah, he does.
This is reminding me of our Sylar Anti-Mage from a few hours ago. Midas,
Radiant's
Battle
top
Fury,
tower has been
Vlad's,
denied.
like, we're seeing a Midas Helm of the Dominator gyro. Pure farming build, no BKB rush. It doesn't suit this match.
The team of today's greed is good. Everybody's going so greedy.
Greed is always good, isn't it? At least it feels that way lately. The greediest team is the winning team.
Yeah, and Speed Gaming will be looked to control seize the control of the tempo of the game right now with this smoke. They're gonna try and catch out the Gyrocopter. It's very easy to kill if they catch him.
Bone 7 just faked a TP bottom, but they really want to find Silent, like you mentioned. And they might well do so. Sing Sing coming in.
He's
They're
dead.
about to spot him
He's
out.
gonna
He
get the
dead.
moment.
There's a Prophet TP if necessary. In comes the Sprout in a moment's time. Not yet. Not even bothering. Just the Infest Bomb. Pop back out. Get the kill and go right back to farming with your Midases in the enemy jungle. So
That was a very, very well-timed smoke gang as well. Same as the first one.
now the Lightsteal, they'll do some economic damage here. Steal some creeps in the enemy jungle, and they might even steal the Gyro stacks, which he just now got a Centaur to the Ancients. Or sorry, I guess it was stacked once by a support, but now he can look to stack the Ancients a bit as well.
Yeah, and the Bounty Hunter basically has nothing much. If you compare both the offlaners, Bounty Hunter is way behind the Prophet
Dire's
now.
middle tower is
I feel
under
like Speed
attack.
Gaming is winning this game, like, aside from the fact that they're winning it on the numbers, solely because they're making Empire play their game. They're making Empire play a farming, split-pushing, kind of passive game, when Empire just wants to be fighting.
Mid lane, they're gonna go in on the Timber Saw. Here comes the
Earth
Astral.
Splitter call down as well. Sing Sing. No chance in hell he gets out of
Dire's
that.
middle tower
Oh my god,
is
he
under
died so
attack.
quickly. Even with the cloak.
Yeah. That cloak ain't gonna help you too much when Natural Order's on the field. They do open Wind's Mag now. Track wanted to come out, but they actually asked for him at the same time. There is a buyback from Sing Sing, as you mentioned, and Mag's still on the run. He has no Quelling Blade, but he's got one more Tango, even if they get off a Sprout. Now he eats his way out, and he actually is saved a bit by that Sprout. Nicely executed escape, but AUI farming top, and Speed Gaming, sure, they did force out a buyback, but Sing Sing, to me, Sing Sing is not really the most important hero on this team in the mid game or the late game. He's just kind of there for now to be a nuisance.
He's a distraction for the Lifestealer and the Prophet to split push.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, they're getting their split push on now. Bone 7, he's gone back. I think he went back for Arena Basilius, just got that, and now he can work towards some real items. The Tread, and then into a Shadow Blade, I imagine. But I still would say, if it comes to a clash, you got to give Empire a big edge for the time being.
Yeah, they can't really fight Speed Gaming can't really fight now as 5 versus 5 because of the power. But they're gonna catch up. The lifesteal is gonna kill the other
There's a track available here. They also have a net. I think they can actually kill EE. Envy in all sorts of trouble. The net comes out. He rages, tries to TP, but it's too much damage. They get him in the end. Eternal Envy, very cocky play.
He almost got out there.
Yeah, that was close. But that's where the natural order comes into play. I feel like without that, they don't get that kill.
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah, he almost TP'd out. Like, there was only 0.2 or 0.3 more seconds before his TP is completed.
Yeah, and again, I think for Speed Gaming, they don't want to fall into the trap of playing Empire's game. They don't want to be fighting too much. And that was Envy just feeling a little bit too strong, I think. And not realizing that Empire are just going to sit as 5 as much as possible.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah,
tower is under attack.
he didn't even use his rage to kill the Elder Titan. He wanted to kill him without the rage and rage TP out.
Silent has created a decent stack of dragons here, and now a rainbow of
Bottom lane.
TPs to the bottom lane. They're going to look to defend, and the familiars just retreat. Your profit already gone, up to 1,200 gold. And in the end, they defend their tier 1 simply by split pushing. Still, Speed Gaming, they have all their outer towers.
They're going to be using the familiars and the prophet to split push. He's going to use the familiars to keep trying to push out the side lanes. And
They're
the
going to
prophet will
find
push out
Silent
the lanes.
again top lane. He almost gets the kill on Bone 7, barely skirting away, but the track comes out, Trukatos is there, and they do get a counter kill. But this lineup requires a farm gyro, and he's not getting as much or gold per minute as I feel he needs.
That was the best transportation the lifestealer could have got from the prophet to pick up the gyrocopter in top lane.
Yeah, and it looks like Mag will take over stacking this camp, so Empire really prioritizing that gyro farm. He is still the leader in net worth, but ultimately, I feel like you look at Speed Gaming, and they have a couple of
Oh my god, they just lost the courier to the dragons.
Did they just fed it to the dragons?
Yeah, the ancient stack.
Okay. I was like, I don't think I missed anything on the minimap.
I don't even know if the
but,
enemy gets gold for that. Like, the courier dies.
it's calling it a courier kill, but I mean, that's just because it died. Yeah, I'm not sure, actually. Well, Winter, now I've seen everything. I've never seen a courier feed to Ancients before.
I don't even remember the ancients would be attacking the courier. Top lane, they're gonna get the gyro again.
He's running away, but the Prophet TP on cooldown looks like Sound should be okay. I think they should farm this stack soon, though. It's been sitting there for a while. Let's see if they go
should.
for it.
He needs to get his BKB as soon as possible.
Yeah, without that, he's just a sitting duck for any teleport gank. He'll pull it once more, look to stack it, and then we should see Silent clear it off. Meanwhile, bottom lane, always want to fly, trying to kill the familiars, but AUI, quick on the resummon. He doesn't give away that many familiar kills. He's quite aware of their HP in general.
Yeah, he's very good in familiar control, and if you look at how the game is progressing now, the next few minutes more, if Empire doesn't find a way to start a fight, even in the mid section, try to take the first tier 1 towers, Speed Gaming is just going to keep kiting and speed pushing. The heroes will be able to farm much more efficiently than Empire's heroes, and they will be able to gain a much bigger goal lead from that round.
Yeah, and although Empire are still farming reasonably well, now Eternal Envy is your lead farmer, up to 2,600 gold, and I think the other thing is late game, if he does manage to go on the Gyrocopter cannot win a man fight with a lifestealer, so they will be very reliant on these supports.
He needs his team.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
ensnare.
They need the ensnare, they need the natural order coming through, even the Earth Splitter perhaps. They'll look to push this tier 1 mid, and bottom lane also going in on Pylai Mag. I think he's going to find a solo kill here. He'll start now with the track. Pylai fairly tanky. Frostbites him up, tries to get the kill. The tier 1 did fall mid, and
the Prophet can TP in.
actually Mag can't even kill Pylai. That's kind of sad. Normally Bounty Hunter can just solo kill a Crystal Maiden.
Oh, here comes the global transportation. The Prophet is going to TP bottom.
Mag, he's overstayed his welcome. He does, however, have a Quelling Blade. Teleport's being cancelled. Mag heading north. And it's not going to work. They even popped dust. Envy's gone for Assange. Not going for more of a late game build. I'm surprised. I figured Envy would have gone straight for like a Basher, or even a Desolator or Assault Caress. Something that scales better, but he's actually gone for a mid game item here.
I think he just wants to be more agile, more mobile, so that the Empire heroes can't cut him that badly, because they have a lot of movement speed from the track. He needs to be able to chase them down.
They do, as well as the phase boots on several heroes, the Bounty Hunter, the drums, a very mobile team in general. Still though, no matter.
Gyro has his BKB already.
And do you think they can fight now, I guess is the question. Like, sure maybe they win a fight if they get one.
They can fight, but whether they will be able to start the fight is another story.
Right, that's what I was just thinking as well. And here comes Mag. He's going to reveal the smoke immediately. They should be dusting now.
Do they have dust?
They do. Highlight, I guess he wasn't sure. That was weird. Normally, as soon as your smoke gets revealed, if you don't see anyone, you just dust. Wow. Must have been confused. That was Mag's just sitting there, probably like thanking his lucky stars that he didn't die.
Yeah. That's the way he's been playing Bounty Hunter for today and yesterday. Like, even in the games yesterday, he was just moving around as a bounty, trying to track anyone and revealing smokes in the whole map during the whole game.
There's your BKB that you mentioned. Already, Speed Gaming starting to pressure top, but this is more just trying to keep the lanes out. They don't really want to force a fight.
They
with
don't
Empire.
want to fight. If they lose the fight against a Bounty Hunter, it's very, very damaging to their economy.
Yeah, and it's very easy to lose a fight against the amount of burst damage that Empire has. Eternal Envy is going to find a haste from bottom. The last time he found one, it ended pretty poorly for him, but this time he's learned his lesson. He'll go back to farming. He'll farm quicker now. Nicely done.
And I think they need to find a timing where they have better creeps. They have all their creeps all over the river, and they find a good timing to get the Roshan before they start to fight.
Yeah, they definitely can take Roche. They have a medallion. They have Prophet and
They
Lifestealer.
can even be sneaky. Prophet just bring the Knights in.
Yeah, and you can even open wounds the Roshan if you break his Lincolns first and heal off of that. So Speed Gaming definitely can kill Roche. It's just a question of can they get the lanes to a point where they're comfortable going for it. Now Sing Sing goes for a Blade Mail. This is a very poor Timber Saw.
He loves that item a lot.
Yeah, but it's like a very poor Timber Saw kind of item. If you're doing well, you go for the Bloodstone, the Sheep's
I actually
Guard.
think it's a very good pickup here because the OD doesn't want to build his BKB that quickly, and if doing the next 5 minutes they start a fight, the Blade Mail could be very, if he use it properly, could kill the OD straight.
They're going to go on Roche now, and the trade for Empire should be a tier 1 top. There's no glyph for the Speed Gaming side, but in comes the Spirit. The Blade Mail's there. It's actually going to hurt the Elder Titan a lot in particular. Because of that bonus damage he does from natural order.
They're
Comes
gonna
right back at him.
They're gonna be there on time.
The teleports come in. There is a Song of the Siren available. Roche is low, but not quite low enough. Do they go for a stomp here? Oh, they well could. No, TPing away is your Prophet. And with him out of the Roche pit, does Empire go in? Can Empire steal this Roche?
I think they can take the fight. They have Song of the Siren in case anything goes wrong.
And they can kill Roche because they have the OD Orb. They have a decent amount of physical damage coming out. And is there any way for Speed Gaming to steal this? That will be the big question over the course of this fight. Roche dropping low. In comes Eternal Envy in the front lines. He walks right in. The last hit goes to the Dire. He at least steals that, but the Aegis going to Silent. And now Song of the Siren cast, then canceled. Sing Sing Timber chaining over the top, but Silent going to work. They focused Envy down. He couldn't get out of there. Thought he would be able to steal the Aegis. Failed in doing so. And in the end, it's a 1-for-1, but that is a life stealer for a bounty hunter. Not a good trade. Now Silent, Aegis online, and Empire looking to push down the middle lane.
The good news for them is Envy got the last hit on the Roshan.
Oh, Sing Sing wanted to go. He spun, but unfortunately he got Astral mid-hook. Couldn't get the kill. Now he starts taking a lot of damage. The gyro dropping low, though. The Aegis is down. Sing Sing still alive. The Blade Mail making the difference, but out comes Scandal. He drops the hammer. He kills him off. And they've lost yet another core. Scandal rejoining the fight now, meching up his teammate, but they all get caught in a Sprout with the Familiars. Pylai throwing out the nukes as best he can. Bone 7, though, on the run. He gets blown up, and Sing Sing coming in. I think he just bought back for this. Rejoins the fight. Indeed he has. It's 3 down, 2 down on the side of Speed Gaming after the buybacks. Oh, Winter. What a sequence of events.
Radiant's top tower is
I
under
think
attack.
all in all, Empire actually gained a lot out of that because their main carry Silent didn't die and the Lifestealer died there while trying, even though they got the last hit
Radiant's bottom
on the
tower is
Roshan,
under
but
attack.
I think overall it's still better for Empire.
Buyback, and then they're looking to teleport on somebody here, but there's no...
Top lane.
Oh, they want to go
He's
top.
bringing Envy in.
They do have a BKB on Silent, though, and there's no way to stop him from BKBing. They do force a BKB charge, but that's not really worth a buyback. That is not worth a buyback, just to
That
force
was
the
not worth
BKB.
backup.
I mean, I guess eventually he'll catch up, but I don't know. Also, just not having the buyback available really hurts you the next time that you want to buy back and actually do something with it.
Yeah, but the idea was there.
Yeah, definitely was. So Winter, I mean, you look at the gold graph, and I feel it's just deceptive at this point, because Speed Gaming has spent a good probably like 1,000 gold plus on on buybacks at this stage in the game. And that's why you look at the gyrocopter and all of a sudden Silent, he went for like an 8-9 minute catch-up Midas. Envy had like a 5.5 minute Midas, and Creep score is only 15 ahead, but he's actually quite far ahead.
You know, LD, the more I look at this game, the more I feel that the catch-up Midas was a very good decision by him.
Yeah. I think you know Speed Gaming is just going to try to win by farming. That's generally what they do.
And their lineup is not built to fight them straight on.
Yeah, it's more of a finesse lineup, even though they have a life stealer. So where do you think Empire goes
they'll
from
still
here?
try their best to keep speed pushing and keep trying to pick off with the Prophet bringing in the life stealer.
It's gonna be hard though, because if they go to the wrong neighborhood and Bank Score's waiting there with the song,
here comes Envy again. They're gonna go do it again.
maybe bottom lane Mag already going invis and retreating out 3
He's
heroes.
gonna TP bottom. He's gonna get Mag.
Well, he's gonna find Naga Illusions instead, and they Infest pop out just for that. They do deploy a Dust, but Mag's already quite far away.
Oh, here comes Scandal.
Here comes the rotation now. The Spirit's coming in. Could he get off a good stop? They actually get off an Astral, keeping him alive. Scandal's here for now. There's a Force Staff available. He can Force Staff his teammate to safety. They actually net Envy. They gotta focus him, and they do. He armlet toggles. No, he can't live. In comes Silent. Backstab from the Gyro. Now a Song canceling the Sing Sing TP. Can they catch anyone else? They've caught 2, and they want them both. These guys, they want the world. They're gonna stomp Bone 7. He's gonna melt, and now they've Astral the other. It's a triple for Silent. It's gonna be 4 dead. Sing Sing on the run. No way out. It's all coming apart at the seams. Give him an Ultra. 14-12, and Empire in firm command of Game 1 of this best of 3.
Kills.
Look at the graph. Look at the goal graph. It's going one direction, straight up.
Radiant's top
I
tower
think
is
they
under
were
attack.
just too over-eager to get that pick off. As soon as they were in the wrong direction and they had to chase so far, like I thought they should have just stopped chasing.
Oi, oi, oi. And now they're going to... And they really did force it there quite a bit. And even if they got the kill, they were killing a bounty hunter. Like, Mag is not... His farm is not going to win or lose Empire this game, and most likely. In all likelihood. But in the end, it doesn't work for them, and now there's an MKB up on Silent.
I think Bone 7's gonna snipe the courier. They were pinging the courier.
And the courier... Well, it may die here. Yeah, Bone 7 will find it.
Radiant's courier
TP's out immediately, but... It's nice for Speed Gaming, but they need a lot more of that if they want to catch up in this game.
That was just their consolation prize.
Yeah, like, they gained like 6,000 gold in the course of 3 minutes. And it's even more of a lead than that because of all the buybacks on Speed Gaming.
Yeah, but they have to try and prolong the game more so that they can speed push more and avoid fights. If they don't try to prolong the game more, Empire is currently the stronger side right now.
If both teams are just farming for like 30, 40 minutes, do you think Speed Gaming has it late?
There's a chance because they have the Prophet to find... If he builds into a Hex, there's always the Hex and the Lifestealer ganking someone on the map. And in late game, whoever gets caught out, whoever will lose the game.
Well, Empire's been playing aggressively, so they definitely could get caught out. So too has Speed Gaming, truth be told. Envy is also getting farm, and he almost
also
has an egg.
Empire, they are going to have a hard time trying to speed push out. The only person that can really push out the lane is the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, and that Gyrocopter is up to another 3k gold. Satanic is not far off for him. He's getting to a point where he will be just borderline unkillable in these fights, because they have no Scythe on the Prophet. It's very far off, delayed by all the Bone 7 buybacks and just the general ganks that haven't worked out. And they have no Basher on Envy, so they can't really lock down the
He's not
tower.
rich at all. He's very poor, to be honest.
Yeah, 8k net worth on a Prophet at this stage of the game is disastrously poor. So Empire
Usually
is
you
comfortable.
have about your half of your scythe at least.
Yeah, I'd say at least 28 minutes in. If you're having a good game, you can like have it mostly completed.
Yeah, this is very, very bad. He's so far behind. And they really need his Hex very, very badly.
Especially since Envy didn't go straight for a Batcher. Like, he went Sanjayasha plate mail, which means the Prophet really needs a Hex. And does not have one.
They have no way of locking down someone for Envy to kill because they have so many ways to kite the Lifestealer, and without the Hex, there's no way they can let the Lifestealer kill anyone, I feel, with the Ensnare.
They are going to look to backdoor this tier 1 mid, just kind of rat Dota tactics coming out, as they do send the Lifestealer on a bit of a hunt through the enemy jungle. potentially trying to take down the tier 1 mid, but immediately Mag TP's in, does not want to give this up without a fight. And the push commences top. But this is going to be a tier 2, and I don't think Speed Gaming are in time to get anything in return.
I think they should defend the middle tier 1.
The glyph comes out, the familiar's still doing work. It's so low, it's going to be denied or last hit. The familiar's no longer coming in. It will be denied. Too late. Saint Saint retreating out now. Bankscore does have a 4-step saw onto the Siren available, but Saint Saint timber chains away and everybody's on the run. In the bottom lane comes a wave of Treants, and well, Silent continues to farm. Satanic is basically done. This is a very fat gyrocopter.
Yeah, thanks to the Midas and all the kills he got from the track.
And he's going to now farm one more stack of Ancients. He'll have his Satanic, and he can start working on his next item.
Sing Sing is building a Rod of Athos. What do you think about that?
I think he's poor and just like whatever he can get now. I don't know. I don't think he's farming a big item this game.
It seems that the gold from the Rod of Athos could be spent on Heaven's Halberd. Heaven's Halberd could be a better option.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, Gyrocopter is a BKB. And I guess the evasion's okay, but he's got an MKB as well, so it won't help you against him.
It's not only the gyro. You can use it on the OD.
That's true. Yeah. Scandal, he's got a
I don't
Hex
really
too.
think the Rod will help him that much.
Yeah, it's normally an item that you want to get fairly early, because, I mean, it's not a Scythe, it's not something that's going to help you against BKB carries, where you can just instantly disable them before they can use it, and it is removed by Magic Immunity as well.
I guess the main reason is just poor, and Envy's gonna get the top tower.
No, he ain't. Nice deny by Silent. Pretty easy when you're running around with the big inventory that he has. And he's actually gonna go Butterfly, so massive damage.
He has it already.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna go Satanic.
Envy's gonna go on him.
With what?
Are you serious?
What is Envy gonna do? Even if Bone 7 came, I think Silent might just kill both of them. He'll definitely kill the Prophet.
He can kill both of them without the Hex.
With the Butterfly, he definitely can kill both of them. They are not fighting him. If you're just joining us, guys, it is game 1 of a best of 3. 14-12 your score. Winner of this best of 3 moves on to the next stage and will be guaranteed in the money. Top 4 placement for the WePlay Dota 2 League season number 2. Well, we've got some good games ahead of us, Winter. Coming up next is going to be one you won't be joining me for, sadly, but it will be Alliance versus Rock's Kiss. Winner of that game plays the loser of this to determine the final team who advances, but it's been a very slow, kind of deliberate game, which I wasn't expecting out of Empire, but they're showing some real versatility here. They don't have to man-fight constantly, even though they love doing it.
And I feel that even if they want to, it's quite difficult against the Prophet. And the Elder Titan picked up, he has a Veil of Discord, plus his Natural Order.
Yeah, he went the Veil of Discord before he even got a Ghost Scepter. Like, it was his first big item after the Arcane Boots and the Urn. I was going to bring it up earlier, but then we had a huge teamplay breakout.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen the hero get this. Not sure how effective it is, because since the target is already at 0 magic resistance.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't. You can't go into the negative, right? So.
I'm not sure actually.
Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't lower your resistance. It amplifies the damage. So I'm pretty sure it will work. It's just a little weird though, because at this point they're really about their physical damage more than their magical. With a gyrocopter that's almost like 5-slotted. Zone 7 trying to split push though. His Empire works on a tower, but there's a fresh shiny Scythe up on Scandal, and he's gonna drop the hammer here. Soon the track comes out, he gives chase, but Bone 7 with the phase boots.
Wants to save his ultimate.
Yeah, and he will too. That's a big track kill.
Oh, Gyro is getting caught out.
They are going on Silent, and actually BKB's rather early here. Envy continuing to give chase. It's a buyback from Mode 7. Goes for the ground sprout, nails it, and Silent in all kinds of trouble. Drops the call down, but I don't think he can win this fight. Not against that many. The song's too late. He buys back immediately, but he'll buy back with no BKB. No way into this fight. Bone 7's just going to retreat out. And Empire, well, now it's not worth it. Not when your gyro is that fat.
Yeah, that was just very unlucky that he got caught out like that. He was trying to get away from there and he got caught out by a lifestealer. And he had to BKB because of the slow.
Yeah. But what that means that when he buys back without a BKB, can't and doesn't have anyone to kill
Radiant's
anyway.
top tower is
Whereas
under
Bone 7
attack.
buys back, he sets up a kill for his
Here
team.
comes MP again.
Right back into the fight. They don't have Assault on the Siren here. They're fighting without the gyro. For now, actually, Silent, is in the fight and looking to go. He'll pop the flat cannon. Starts going to work. Calldown's there. Saint's low, but not dead yet. Pylite Eye channeling his ult, but it's not really hitting anyone. Now it hits Scandal at the very end. The Familiar's driving him back. The Familiars may kill him off in the end, but Pylite Eye will be the price to pay the Piper. He's on the run. Mag cleans him up. They'll get the lifesteal as well. Infest pops back out immediately. There is a
And stands on 3
TP. He'll
seconds.
try to TP. I think it's going to be a time. They don't even need it. They get him in the end. And they buy back on the Visage as well. So basically, they got team wiped over the course of a few minutes. Prophet died top, then bought back. Visage and the rest of the team died in that fight. Visage buys back. That's 5 dead. And on the back of that, Empire say, great, we'll take your Aegis.
And Prophet, the amount of times he was brought back has hurt him so much.
On the high ground, though, it's lurking AUI 2000. Drops the Familiars, trying to kill off the Rosh. It drops pretty low, and we'll go to Scandal, not to Silent.
Radiant's
I
middle
don't really
tower
think he needs
is
his
under
Midas
attack.
anymore, to be honest. He's not struggling for farm or level.
He still wants more farm.
Well, he's got room for a Satanic and Boots of Travel, and one more item, I guess.
He's gonna go. I think he's gonna go for the Satanic now, before he proceeds on to sell his Midas.
He'll have it if this drags on. And you look at Empire, I wonder how many buybacks they've used this game. I think it's been at least 2 on Bone 7, 1 on the Visage, 1 or 2
no,
on
not,
Sing
not.
Sing.
He bought up more than twice. Ellie.
3 times?
More than twice. Yeah, at least 3 times.
Okay. And it's been 1 or 2 on Sing Sing, and then 1 on AUI 2000. Did Envy buy back earlier? I can't remember.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, so they've used like, what, 6 buybacks at this point at least?
You need a counter to count it.
Yeah, there really should be a buyback counter for each hero. Or they should just update the graph so that instead of gold earned, it shows like difference in net worth or something. But
Yeah, and I think for Silent this game, he can consider going for a Manta to finish up his last item, because Manta you can get out from the Sprout and you can dispel the open wounds.
yeah, and it's just a general, it's like not the best item on Gyro in terms of damage output because it doesn't work with flat cannon at all, but your illusions don't get it rather. But it is still just kind of generally good carry item.
Yeah, it helps you kite the lifestealer more with the extra movement speed.
Or you can go crit or rapier. That's always an option too. We'll see what he does. For the time being, it's just speed gaming, hanging on and angling for the ultra late game. They'll work towards a Scythe now in Bone 7. At long last, he's getting close. He'll Shadow Blade up, and Envy runs right by him, then heads back down the lane. But now,
the Naga buys a Boots of Travel.
yeah,
to
now
support
there's a
Naga.
mobile Song of the Siren with a Force Staff. Bankscore is going to be able to bail his carries out from quite far away. TP comes in mid lane. It's from Bankscore. Do they march down the middle lane now? They don't have an Aegis here on Silent. It's on Scandal, but let's see if that's enough to force the high
They're
ground.
gonna go up the high ground now. It's a very good timing. The lanes are pushed out really far. The Prophet can't do really any significant amount of damage.
Radiant's
Yeah, Envy is
bottom
pushing
tower
bottom though,
is
and he's got an
falling.
Assault Crest, so if it comes to a base race, they'll be able to bring this down quite quickly. In comes the Stomp, perhaps. No, it's not going to connect on anything. Silent now going to work,
Oh,
and
no,
it
this
looks
time
like
it-
the Earth Splitter completely missed time. This is not going well for them, and already Envy breaking high ground,
And
starting to
Envy
work on the
still-
racks.
And we got the tower down to half health.
Yeah, the tower's dropping low. Silent needs to BKB here. He's in a lot of trouble. No gets 4-stepped out. They still have a song, but the Rat Dota commences. Bottom lane pushing in, top lane pushing in, and now they're all forced to retreat. They'll try to catch stragglers here if they can. I don't think anyone will get caught though, but Silent's got to run. They may even have to blow a song. The Rack's still dropping low. Back to Prophet comes.
Oh,
Both
the
seven,
OD's here.
plinking a few
He's
times.
down.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Yeah, they went back into the fight, gets 2 kills with the ult, and now looking for more. He'll get a triple, cleans them up. They were trying to chase for stragglers, and Empire just said, you know what? We have all our carries here. Let's just kill these guys. You can't ask $4 million coil us. Nice try, though. And now they go right down the middle lane again for Team Empire. They'll work on the racks. They didn't give anything up just yet. But here comes your backstab. Shadowblade Bone 7. Scythe of Ice just completed. The Familiar stunning. They need to kill this Naga first if they want to actually engage. The Rage will come out. They have a Scythe, but the song was too quick. They could cancel this and just fight Silent. Going to work. He used all his flat cannon, but it didn't hit anyone. Now he's sticking around. The Scythe, well, it's going to be there. Silent's going to drop. That was a horrible miscue. They're going to lose their Gyro. They'll lose the Aegis, and they might lose their OD again. This is not the kind of fight they were hoping for. Rage comes out, Scandal 4-staffing away. He's going to drop with the Familiar stuns. They'll bring him down. So Winter, they just songed, and then the gyro was hitting like something that wasn't a hero when all the other heroes were slept the entire time. So his flat cannon did nothing that fight. That was pretty bad communication. I think it was hitting the familiars.
Yeah, I thought they did the right thing. When the Lifestealer raged in, he activated the Song of the Siren and he ensnared the Lifestealer. They had to just target him down. But I wasn't sure what the gyro was hitting there. He didn't hit the Lifestealer.
Yeah, and the rest of the team just didn't really do much damage in that fight. I'm not even sure if they were hitting him, because the Lifestealer just... they should be able to drop him. He's not that hard to kill.
It's an OD Naga plus the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, that looked good for them, but they did use the Scythe on that counter initiation, so they didn't have it for the Prophet or the Lifestealer. Mag hunting.
Prophet might be in trouble.
Oh, he's going to back off. The gem is on him currently. Did they lose
Radiant's
a gem?
top barracks are under attack.
Yeah, this is Vangscore's gem, so the Radiant lost their gem in the earlier fight. Whew,
Yeah,
what a game. They did get wrecked, though.
Still very good for the speed gaming side. Even though they lost a melee racks, but exposing the top and bottom racks is so important for them.
Sing Sing, now he can maybe build towards the Scythe as well, and if he gets a Scythe, then I think things get really hard for Empire, because with the double Scythe, their pickoff potential gets way stronger.
Yeah, Scythe is the best option to go for now.
Speaking of big items, even Always Wanna Fly is going to have one now, up to 4,200 gold on the Elder Titan. He may end up being, well, not more farm than the Bounty Hunter, but similarly farm.
Yeah, similarly farm as the Bounty Hunter.
That's kind of crazy. The track gold is really paying off. I still
And
feel
not
like
to
Silence...
mention, he only has 2 deaths.
Still feeling like Silent just is having a bit of trouble doing enough in these fights by himself. Like, you would think with his net worth and just the items he has that he can just kill speed gaming, but with his BKBs down, he's just very easily dealt with.
They have too many ways of killing him, actually. And Gyrocopter versus Lifestealer, like you mentioned before, isn't the best matchup for Gyrocopter. Lifestealer can just stand in front and man fight him.
Yeah, it's where you really do need the OD, the Naga, to be in position and bail you out, which they've generally been, but they weren't really able to help him in that fight. So let's see if it changes. A fresh gem picked up by your Naga, but if they want to go down the mid lane, they really have to push these lanes out. They do have the Boots of Travel Naga, who can push one lane and then join the fight, but it's very hard to do that against the Prophet Lifestealer. And look at that Prophet.
When are they going to do a Lifestealer bomb? We haven't seen it for, I think, for the last 15-20 minutes.
Well, the threat's always there, and all of a sudden, Bone 7 up to 3.8k gold. He's thinking about Team Ping bottom. He's just making my life difficult as a commentator.
I just got a Monkey King bar.
Who's that? Oh, Envy.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,600 gold up on him now.
Yeah, they're gonna do a Lifestealer bomb now.
And they could kill pretty much anyone at this point.
Oh, bottom lane, they're gonna get Mag.
Oh, they'll look for the Bounty Hunter, but eh.
Oh.
It's okay to kill him, but that's not really the ideal target. They'd love to get Bankscore, who just bought a new gem, honestly. Because if you kill him again with the new gem, then they will not have any detection against the Shadowblade Prophet, and that's big trouble.
You just force them to get a lot of sentries and dust.
which nobody really has room for at this stage in the game. Like, I guess they have one dust on Bankscore, but that's about it.
And the ward in the Dire base is helping them so much.
Yeah, it is spotting the movements for now. It'll see AUI 2000 coming out the mid lane. Empire, 42 minutes in, leading 23-17, leading in terms of gold. Everything on paper looks like it's an Empire game. And it's even more than that because of all the buybacks from Speed Gaming. But it's a Prophet Lifestealer and a Visage.
Yeah, they're gonna split push top, and the familiars will be standing in position to stop the TPs.
Yeah, AUI is already sending them behind enemy lines, looking for something. We'll find the Naga. Oh, it's gonna find the. What is this courier doing? It's like trying to juke away from the Prophet. Goes right in to the familiars. They do breach the base though, but there's a glyph here, and out comes Bone 7 to the top lane. He's going for some Rat Dota. Did they go for a teleport song?
This could be bad.
No, Bone 7 wisely backing off. He's very patient.
Someone TP'd out.
Yeah, he's very patient with the split push. I don't think they're going to find him in the end. Roche is not too far off either. They do always want to fly can deal with this, and he is going to have a scythe soon, but ultimately they're stalling. They're waiting for that next Roche, and they may well get it. Here comes Bone 7. Oh no. Always want to fly. He gets scythed up. Out comes Envy. It forces a triple TP. They immediately head for the hills. Envy trying to TP out. Is there a net? Not in time. And now
They
just
might
short.
Find, they might find the Prophet.
Just short on the slow though, and I think he's safe. The scythe isn't in range. They can't get vision of him. They just forced.
He can actually song and kill him. I think he should have done that because of the gem. He can get back that gem as well.
Are you sure he was in range for the song?
Yeah, he was definitely in range for
Okay.
that.
I didn't even see him on my screen. I just had the OD because he was in the front.
He was just right beside the OD. He could have slapped the Prophet and get him.
Well, that's a bit unfortunate. And I guess, sure, Bone 7 has buyback, but it would be great to at least get it on cooldown. So the next time you want to fight, he can't go in backdoor anymore. But
Yeah.
unable
Look at
to do
how
so.
annoying he is when he has his hacks. Imagine if he had it like 10 minutes earlier than what he had.
He's a very patient Prophet player. Like, even
Oh,
though
no,
Bone
Sing-
7... Sorry, go ahead.
Sing Sing is not going to get a hex, LD.
Well, it's kind of weird to stack all this armor against an OD and an... sure, Elder Titan doesn't remove the plus armor, but I don't know. It's OD can still insta-give you.
He likes to get his Shiva.
It's not a bad item, this game. I just feel like a Scythe would be much more game-changing than a
Yeah,
Shiva.
I just feel Sight of Vice is the best late game item you can ever have.
And it's hard to
Oh,
really
here comes
pass
the
it up.
Roshan.
But it will come at the cost of potentially a late Abrax here. There is a glyph available. Song's online, but you got to figure the familiars will be looking to get in position to stop this Roche attempt or something. No, actually
No,
not.
Bone 7's being top.
Always want to fly is already there.
Roshan has
Roshan's gonna
fallen
fall, but
to the
Envy and Bone 7 straight onto the racks. It's melting
Oh,
in a
they don't
hurry.
have TP.
They force
They
out a
don't have
glyph. Are the TPs gonna get cancelled? The song's already being prepped by the Naga. Force staff available, forcing forward. Does
Oh,
barely
he
catch
snapped- he
Envy.
snapped Envy.
They can net him here as well, but he's got a TP. He could try and TP out immediately. He's waiting for Rage to cool down, then he's gonna
Oh,
TP.
he's gonna take a
But
lot
I
of
think they might be able to kill him in time. He's dropping really fast. He has no way out here except man fighting his way out, and he's trying to do it against the Naga, but the Riptide comes in, the illusions as well, and they get the kill. They get the Aegis, but they do
They
give
got
up the
one
racks to
set of
Bone
racks.
7.
Yeah, Bone 7 got one set of racks, and I think he
And the
just
familiars are
ran
gonna
away
get two. Are they rat dodoing Empire? Is this how it's gonna end Winter? They just got Roche, killed the one position carry, and it seems like they're losing control of this game.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
If only Envy had lived. He got too greedy. He could have rage and TP'd out as soon as the Naga netted him.
Yeah,
But
they have no.
he chose to
Yeah, they
try
have
and
no
kill
other
the
way to
other.
cancel it. So
yeah, he chose to do otherwise to try and kill them.
I guess he figured if I fight, then Bone 7 can actually backdoor though, and
Yeah,
get the
most
racks.
likely.
Which ultimately maybe it's worth a lifestealer death. He's not buying back, so I think it's actually okay that he. I don't know if they would have gotten the racks if he didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
It all hangs in the balance now for Team Empire. It's game one of a best of three, but you lose a game that felt like it was in your grasp like this one, and it might be pretty demoralizing heading into game number two. We're now 47 minutes in, still neck and neck. Empire, as well as Speed Gaming.
Look at what Always Wanna Fly is doing. He's looking for those familiars that are hiding in the trees trying to backdoor with his spirit.
And he did pick up a Scythe recently as well, so now they have a double Scythe device and Song of the Siren and net. They have a lot of lockdown for Speed Gaming.
They have a lot of initiation, but whether they can find the initiation
Well, they might find familiars here.
without losing their racks.
Envy. He's got, or sorry, not Envy. AUI. He does have a resummon here. They'll give up one.
He lost
familiar.
one familiar.
They'll scout for more with the spirit, and he'll just resummon them. So Winter, who's your money on
Here
now?
comes Bone 7. Silent!
Top lane, they go unsilent, but the
Oh,
Naga's
he's
here.
rage.
Do they look to turn around? I think they just don't want to fight this. They'll TP out
just run.
instead.
Just have to run.
Oh, he could be. No, he'll be okay.
Oh, he didn't rage.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't know the Naga was there. Though is the problem.
Yeah.
Naga was like
But
hiding
anyways,
around
you
the
will
trees.
you will still rage to get the attack speed to kill the target.
A little bit slow on the draw as a result. Song's on cooldown though, and it's not a level 16 Naga, so it is going to be on cooldown for a minute and a half. But Empire say, you know what? The lanes are pushed out. Let's try and go for this. But Bone 7 says,
Yeah, Bone 7.
I see your racks. I'm going to take them. Do they just go all in? They're not backing now. They don't have a song. The glyph comes out. They're going to have to throw it or they're going to lose this game. Speed Gaming trying to take it with some Rat Dota. In comes AUI. It's all about stalling right now while Bone 7 does the heavy lifting. They do take the tier 3, but they're not going for racks yet. Bone 7 continue to work. Now he's going to head top. Will take the range racks. That's 2 lanes of racks down. Meanwhile, on the flip side, they've killed off Sing Sing. They now go for AUI. They are going to kill him. If the buybacks are available, they should be used right now. Empire going for racks, not going for the throne yet. Neither is Bone 7, though. 2 lanes of racks now just hanging around at the top lane, waiting to see if Empire re-engage.
Envy is behind enemy lines now. He's going to strike from behind.
He'll try to go for the backstab, but while he's doing that, they're banging on the tier 4s. Silent is as well. They go in on Mag, but Envy could get kited here pretty heavily, I feel. Silent, BKB is available. He gets netted up. No infest for 7 seconds. It's too late. He goes down. Sing Sing, who just brought back, he's going to go down. That's 2 heroes on the sideline. Buyback is available on the Lifestealer, but this might be it. If they can't defend now, there's no glyph. The throne's going to fall in a heartbeat. Speed Gaming, they tried to go for Rat Toad, and Empire say, in Russia, we play like men. We go for your throne. He's waiting, though, and Envy gets psyched up immediately. Net's available. They're going to kill Envy again. Envy's dead at the throne. Bone 7 trying to fight Silent. Unsuccessful in doing so. It's all crumbling for Speed Gaming. Empire, 49 minutes in, 30-17, going for the throne. They still have an Aegis on the jar. He still has Boots of Travel buyback. So too will Scandal. So too will pretty much everyone. And now, it looks like they're going to do it. They want more kills before this one ends. Bone 7 to fall. And Empire overrunning the opposition. Speed Gaming, you can't run from the hammer. And the OD right now of Scandal is the hammer. GG indeed. Speed Gaming. Oh boy. They're going to take game 1, and they do it in very decisive fashion at the end.
I think the supports of this game are the MVP. Elder Titan and the Naga Siren. They both of them played really well.
That Naga top, like, completely turned this game. Because if they killed the Gyro once there, they kill him twice, and he doesn't have Aegis for that push.
Yeah, it was a very, very big difference.
What a game. So, Winter, what do you pin this one on? Was it just better execution by Empire? Was it mistakes from Speed Gaming? Was it the draft?
Yeah.
What
I
happened?
felt that both sides could have won the game, but it came down to execution, who played better. And one of the important factors why they didn't, for the Speed Gaming team, they didn't try to get the game flow much quicker into their game plan was because of the side of Vice that got delayed so badly by the Prophet because he bought out so many times early game.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get it on time.
Sing Sing bought out at least once, maybe twice. There was 3 buybacks on the Prophet. Then 4 at the very end, I guess. Envy even bought back at times, and even AOI 2000's Visage bought back. And then you factor in things like Track Gold, the Roshan kill. They got the 1 stolen, but yeah, Empire just pulled too far ahead in that regard in the end. Oh, man.
Yeah, but for me, everything else didn't really matter that much. It's just that the side of Vice that mattered so much for them because they couldn't pick off the Gyro without the side of Vice.
Yeah, that was crucial. And I think in the end, Scandal ended up kind of being the hero for this team. That OD, all that pure damage, he doesn't care about Timbercell's armor. He just kills him anyway, and he did a lot of heavy lifting, Scandal did, despite a pretty slow start.
Yeah, and he had a lot of good imprisonments to save his teammates.
He finishes this game 12-3 and 13. So Scandal stepping up to the plate. Team Empire do as well. And guys, that is going to wrap up game 1, but it's a best of 3. Speed Gaming, if they lose, are not out, but they would drop down then to face the Alliance or Teams Rockskiss. Whoever wins that match will be coming up next. But before we get to it, we got at least 1, maybe 2 more games. I'm LD. He's Winter. We'll be right back with game number 2.